Hey, welcome to another episode of the Sound Good podcast. I'm your host, Michael.
I'm Micah.
And on today's episode, we're kind of switching the format up again, hopefully for the last time. But we're going to drop it down to only reviewing one album per episode now.
Soon it'll be 0.
Yeah, soon it'll be 0. It's just kind of to get more of a discussion going on the album rather than hearing it from only one person's point of view.
But not track by track like the other.
Yeah, we're not going to do the track-by-track breakdowns. But and with that out of the way, we're going to start off with some more news from the past couple weeks, which, by the way, I'm going to blame us not uploading last week on Christmas. That sounds like a good excuse, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And also, I guess, because we aren't prepared, you are getting no top 10 list of this year in this episode.
Correct.
If that happens, it'll be after.
Definitely.
Yeah. And also, we're talking about Don't Touch the Outside by Thomas Giles today. Should probably mention that.
I was going to say that, but I figured we would repeat it again anyway, so.
We will.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's fine.
That's the album. You probably read the title of the episode.
I didn't.
Who reads, man?
Hey, you don't know. Maybe I'm going to name it something different.
Sure. Okay. Anyway.
Right. So what's your news?
I'm going to start off with some news. I got this from Paste Magazine. Most of my news is coming from Paste Magazine because they're fantastic. But this one starts
Do they
off
sell pasties? Sorry.
I don't know, dude.
Yikes.
There's that M rating. Nah.
That's why we got to earn that little E.
Back at the T, man.
On iTunes.
But no, apparently the Strokes are to reunite in a The Strokes are to reunite in a global comeback in 2019. Their first comeback appearance that's been confirmed is at the Bilbao BBK Live Festival in Spain in 2019. I guess they were on the set list that was announced there. So it's been about a year or so since they've last performed a show. So it's not too long ago, but I guess it's long ago enough for this to be a reunite tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have assumed there were several years.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought
between.
too. It's been 2 years since they put out an EP. I don't know.
Feels a little more like a, I don't know. I don't want to say cash grab because that's mean, but I'm saying cash grab.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know why it's a reunite thing. I didn't think they broke up, but
because that makes money.
Yeah, so that's
having that on your poster.
That's that story.
That's cool.
Yeah. What do you got, dog?
Hey, everybody mourn.
What are we mourning?
Because Dave Mustaine's taking a break from social media. What are we ever gonna do?
Is this one of the stories you said didn't count?
Rip. Yeah, this
got it.
Count. He's taking a break to work on the new album, and it's yeah, that's gonna help, bud. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Everybody else in the band, I'm sure you're doing great.
Megadeth's still chugging along.
They are
crazy. All right.
And then I guess the Cannibal Corpse guitarist is having some strong mental issues, which is sad. I hope he's figuring that out. But he also had 50 weapons on his property
and skulls, dude. Did you hear that?
Not entirely sure that was legal.
They found 3 human skulls in his apartment.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And he was arrested for knife wielding outside of someone's house.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure they have a song called My House is Full of Skulls.
if they don't currently.
I'm pretty sure that
Get ready.
It feels like
2019. And my other one that doesn't count to me is that I guess a little while ago the Neal Morse band announced a double concept album, which I hate to be a dick, but
oh, is this the band with Portnoy as the drummer, Mike Portnoy?
Yeah, that's why it was on my radar, because Portnoy added a drum playthrough of one of their new songs on YouTube, and the drumming's great. It's kind of, even for Portnoy, for Portnoy's style, for his style, it's kind of cookie cutter, but that's still really good. it's everything else surrounding it that was really kind of generic.
I don't know what
It's
you're
like-
talking about, dude.
It's like take Arion, but make it really generic.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mike Portnoy has only been in good bands. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Why? Stop. I'm gullible. You can't do this.
What are you saying?
I'm
You're
gonna
saying
rebuttal
Winery
like you're
Dogs?
actually being
Are you
serious.
saying Winery Dogs wasn't amazing? I don't understand this.
I don't even know how to joke about it.
Oh, we don't. We move on.
It's just the biggest wet fart I can think of.
Nice. That's a good way to describe it.
All right. What's your
Okay.
next one?
Apparently, the Raconteurs, Jack White's, is it his side band or his main band? Whatever.
A
band Jack White
I
is
think
in.
just Jack White is his main one now.
I would
isn't it?
assume so. But yeah, new song came out. Couple new songs actually. Sunday Driver and Now That You're Gone. It's their first new music in a decade, I guess. They have
Weird.
not. Their last album came out in '08. So
Okay,
that's,
yeah, no. Jack White's been pumping out music since then.
He's been doing
for sure.
a lot of solo albums, but people have been wanting a Raconteurs comeback, and they're finally
Honestly, I
getting
feel like
it.
that's akin to how I really want another Postal Service album.
Yeah, another postal service album would be pretty good. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. So what do you got next for your news?
Anyway,
Yeah. So what do you got next for your news?
so I had no idea about this.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently, Pearl Jam started like in 1994 with like one of their breakout albums. They started a fan club online, and every year they gave those fan club members a single, whether that be like a unique song or like a cover or
Yeah.
something. And then there was like special 7-inch vinyl of it made and just other merchandise for that single. And they've been doing that every year, and I guess they're discontinuing that.
Oh, wow.
now. So
They've been doing it
Yeah,
since
they-
'94 though.
yeah,
Damn.
I had no idea.
That's
yeah.
24 years.
Yeah. So
And was it every month
That's
or
no
just
more.
once a year?
once a year.
Oh, still though, that's like 24 songs, dude.
And that, I mean, yeah, and they made physical versions of each one.
That's
give out,
crazy. Why are
you
they
know?
stopping? Don't they know that like vinyl is like huge now?
I feel like it's probably like they kind of started to get slow on it. Like 2015's wasn't released until like spring of 2016
Ooh,
and stuff.
okay.
And I'm wondering if it's just they probably lost a lot of fan club members, which is
I
sad.
feel.
But
Yeah, that would suck.
they
Yeah.
probably like just couldn't keep up with the demand of making.
They probably
physical
got
copies.
like more popular too. There's probably more people out there who are able to like buy it too.
Yeah, part of it was apparently people were buying the things and just reselling them on like
Oh,
eBay.
that's whack. That sucks.
So-
That's shitty.
So there's that, and yeah. Do you have another thing?
Yeah. Apparently,
Oh.
as of December 28th, so Friday, as of
shit.
Friday, Thom Yorke of Radiohead fame confirms a new solo album
Died?
coming out in
Oh.
2019. Why do you go to died, dude? Come on. He's not that old, man. He's like 40 something. Chill, dude. Damn.
I don't know.
That's messed up, dude. Wow.
You
I
just you had me
apologize,
so
Tom.
filled with anticipation.
I apologize, Thom Yorke. Wow.
You're a freak, but I love you. Get it?
Oh my god.
All right, but his solo project.
Yeah, he's apparently releasing. He announced in an interview with Deadline regarding his work on the Suspiria score. That must be a movie.
Yes, it was a pretty big movie.
Okay, so yeah, he worked on the score for that. He confirmed that he is trying to finish his forthcoming solo album coming next year. So
Okay.
he described the album as political and very electronic. So here we go.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
it's I've never
that,
listened
that
to
always.
his. I didn't
always
even know he
bodes
had solo music, so that's a thing.
Who doesn't have solo music anymore?
Me.
I feel like I mean, part of that is just all these artists are always writing, and now they just have more of a platform to just go, I didn't want to use this.
Right.
Fuck it.
Right. I guess. So do you have
So it's a lot easier to have solo projects.
Yeah, do you have one
so
more
this
story?
is really interesting.
All right, yeah.
So
Give us
Jordan
some good
Rudess
stuff.
is going to put out a new solo album soon.
Ooh,
Another one.
another one.
And yeah,
When
his
was his last
one
one?
was what was it called? His last album, the last one that I got was the full orchestra one. That was his first time
Ooh,
like writing for orchestra. It's
okay.
really good. It's called Explorations. But
Yeah.
his newest album, you can't hear me typing.
No, dude.
No, it's giving me Dream Theater results. Okay. There was one called The Long Road Home.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah.
was like,
I remember that.
that might be it. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was either that or it was a single off of that EP of the same name.
Yeah, like where he went through all the songs that really meant a lot to him from
Yeah.
when he started playing piano when he was like 9
Yeah.
and onwards, like just all the really pivotal things. But so for this next one, he's going to get a little proggy again. And there's actually going to be a 33-minute long song on it.
Oh my god. What?
And
what?
he also sings a bit on the album. So get ready for that. What?
33 minutes?
Yeah, of piano.
Oh my god. Oh my
Get ready.
god. This is going to be hopefully a sleepable song.
Yeah, maybe. On that note, though, when I was on Bandcamp looking around for stuff a long time ago, I need to go back and find the artist's name. There's this really great EP just called Finger Painting, where a dude sat down with his piano and just improv for 35 minutes.
Oh my
and it's
God.
really relaxing. I love it.
That sounds insane.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all my stories.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, with all the news out of the way, hey, we did that in pretty good time.
Yeah.
Cool. So with the news out of the way,
I can go home soon.
yeah, we can all go home soon. So let's just jump right into the review then of the newest Thomas Giles album, Don't Touch the Outside. Micah, would you like to take
play
it
that
away?
sound clip.
Boom, sound clip.
Don't Touch the Outside is the new album from Tommy Giles Jr. It was released on November 9th, 2018 on Sumerian Records, which is the new label that Between the Buried and Me is on. And I mentioned that because this is the solo project of Between the Buried and Me singer.
Reset the
Tommy.
counter. Reset the counter.
What counter? What?
You know the counter.
I don't know.
Anyway.
And I think the first single was Milan, which was really interesting just because it was very different from all of his other previous solo work, you know?
Probably my favorite
But-
track.
To be fair, all of his solo, like, he usually jumps to really different sounds between all of his solo albums.
Yeah, this is the first solo album I've listened to his since his first one.
Okay.
None of them in between have really grasped my attention as much as the first one that had like Mr. Bird on it and all that.
Yeah, that album's a lot heavier than
that
I thought it
album's
was.
so
That
good.
album's called Pulse.
Pulse, yes.
By the way.
Pulse, thank you. I couldn't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I thought it was mostly electronic. I had no idea that it was actually pretty dark and heavy.
It's
at a
so
lot of
heavy.
moments.
And he does all the drums and stuff on it. It was just cool. Good album. But anyway, this new album, Don't Touch the Outside. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first? Should I go first? Do we just want to talk?
I think
How
so.
should we
There's
do
an
this?
interesting kind of flow that I want to bring up since you haven't listened to his other stuff that
Okay.
much. Is that so? He started out really weird when like heavy with Pulse, but then when he moved on to Modern Noise in 2014, that was almost an entirely rock album, just like rock instruments, not even metal at all. And then of course we know Velcro Kid was all electronic, like pure electronic.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think he finally like kind of mixed the two on this one and
That-
then kind of brought back his heaviness on this. Like it feels like it's a combination of the two because he did either or before and now it's back to both, you know?
Yeah. I like Velcro Kid a little bit. That album was okay.
I listened to the first track and I kind of forgot to keep going. I feel like a meanie, but
That happens.
it's not because I didn't like it. It was just I got sidetracked.
Yeah. So
But
yeah, you know,
go ahead. What'd you think of it?
I'll start off. What did I think of it? What did I think of it? This
'Cause I like
album,
it.
it started off all right. The opening track,
Eh.
Church Girl or Church Friends, not Church Girls,
Church Girl?
Church
Nope.
Friends.
Not.
Church Friends was really cool. It was really catchy. Did some neat
That's
vocal
Blake
stuff.
Richardson on the drums from
Yeah,
Between the
yeah,
Enemy.
that sounded cool. Yeah,
It's
I
his
really
style
liked
through and
that.
through. He's on like 2 or 3 of the songs on this album.
Yeah, cool. Which ones actually? I'm not
This
sure.
one, obviously, Church Friends, like I said, and maybe, oh, I want to say maybe Mr. Sunshine, but I could be wrong.
Huh.
I forget. Like the other one is really subdued. He does not go crazy at all. So
Yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, the album starts off kind of cool with Church Friends, and then from that point on, I just
it's
felt
sway.
I felt like the album just kind of decreased in quality as it went on.
Really?
Yeah. Like I just became less and less interested in the music as it went on. Like
Okay.
Milan was really good. I liked the feature from what was his name? Christoph Rigg?
Christopher Rigg.
Yeah, Christopher Rigg. I really liked his feature on the track. I believe he did some of the singing. I really liked the ambience of that track. And then just as it went on, I found it hard to focus on what was even happening in the music a lot of the time. And
Yeah.
I am going to bring this up because I do feel like it was important. Almost every time I would listen to this album, I gave it a listen about 4 times.
Mhm.
And each time around the track I Win featuring Carly Coma, whoever that
Yep.
is, I would get a massive pounding headache.
Erection. Oh.
No, just dude, a massive headache. And I couldn't like pay attention or listen to the rest of the album. By the time I would get down to Weather Moods Panic Start,
Which
I would
does
just
not
like
help.
no, that like that song specifically would just like make it unlistenable, and I could like never finish it. I don't think I ever listened to 1709 or Exordium. I do know
They
I've listened to
are-
Take Your Seats.
Oh,
Time,
Exordium's a fantastic closer.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I've listened to Take Your Seats, Time Gentlemen, about halfway through, if not almost all the way through, and that's about as far as I could make it through the album. And I just felt as it
Interesting.
went on, it became harder and harder for me to concentrate on the music that was happening. There was like, it's so hard to even point out. I think Awake from Death was an all right song, if I remember it correctly, because that was another really ambient track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that
the ambient
had-
track's really shine.
Yeah, his ambient tracks were pretty good. I do remember those ones a lot more. So if you remember which ones those were, then those ones were okay.
Mhm.
But there was just some sounds on there. I don't know. It just hurt to listen to.
Yeah, the ones that
couldn't
you're bringing
enjoy
up
it.
are the ones that have explicit, just insane walls of noise
Yeah,
and like kind of screeches.
it's just weird though because like I listen to bands like This Will Destroy You and Explosions in the Sky, and they are
these are
literal
different, though.
wall of sound bands. I don't know. It's just weird.
I
There's
mean-
something about it.
This is a little different though, because it is the wall of noise, but it's arranged in just the most not intuitive way. I think
Okay, that's a good.
it's
way to
not
put
it's
it.
not that groundbreaking, but it's just like off enough to where it can induce probably feelings like that. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because it is. It
Because
is
Tommy's
very
brain
strange.
is weird.
Yeah, it is a very strange sounding music. A lot of it, like you said, was more. I felt like this album was more synth driven. There were definitely like real rock instruments used at certain points too. Like in "I Win," that real talk though, that is the weirdest track I have ever heard. Starting off with like blast beats and like heavy guitar chugs, and and then it breaks into this like trap beat and rap.
Don't forget the trumpet.
Yeah, and all the trumpet samples, dude.
Yeah.
And then it just breaks into this like trap beat, and this dude starts rapping or something. Like there's
That's
some
where it kind
rap
of falls
starts
off for me.
going. Yeah, and I just lost all interest at that point. I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, excuse the expression, but Jesus, I could not handle that. That was like the weirdest thing I'd ever heard. And it was about that point that I stopped caring about the song and just like completely
I think
lost
like
interest.
Weathered Mood's Panic Start does essentially the same thing, where it's this really kind of dark, grimy, industrial feel, but it does it a lot better because I really
it feels more natural. It feels more
just because it
natural
doesn't have since it doesn't have the I just don't think the rap thing meshed very well.
No, not at all, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's so weird.
so it sucks to say. I hate being negative on certain things, but
Well, I mean,
it's subjective. If it worked for
it is, yeah.
the writers, that's cool.
If other people like it too, whatever. That's
Yeah. Do you
That's
remember
what
the
we're
song
here
"Everyone
for.
Is Everywhere"? Much. It had an incredible. I really enjoyed like the synth line that it had going through.
I like the little pulsing synth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that
just
one- that
really
one was
strange. It
cool.
was the one that had like the little moments of pressure
Yeah,
in the lyrics. Yeah, you know.
that one was pretty cool too. I will admit that. Like I said, like the first like few tracks are all right, and then it hits "I Win," and that's like a wall of quality, in my opinion.
Which
like,
sucks because like Mr. Sunshine is probably probably my best song on the album.
Really.
And it sucks you feel like that. And then Sway, like Awake from Death, Sway, and Mr. Sunshine are all kind of gold to me.
Yeah.
In terms of Tommy's like ability to write like rockish stuff. Sway is a little different because it's kind of more of a, I mean, obviously by the name, it's more of a dance song. Like you can really move to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what genre to equate it to though.
Awake from Death is really good
it's like
still.
Santana. Sway is basically a Santana song. That's what it is.
Yeah, see, I don't remember this at all.
But Mr. Sunshine, it is a neat little tidbit for me because the solo kind of came off as Petrucci-esque to me, and I was just kind of like, wait, I thought Tommy usually recorded these guitars, but it was a guest soloist.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Yeah, Wes Hawk. I don't know what he is from,
Me neither.
but I know his name from one other group,
Oh, yeah? Who's
which
that?
is Periphery.
Oh, Periphery.
So my little tidbit about that is on the tour that I saw Periphery on, which was like their last one, they were playing a song called Mile Zero for the first time live ever from their second album. They never played it. And I found out it was because the solo on that song was by Wes Hawk, and they just, none of the guitarists in Periphery could play it cleanly, and they didn't
my
want to do
God.
it live until they could.
Did
So
they happen to, like,
that should
tour
be a
with him?
testament. Yeah, that should be like your little testament to like how good of a guitarist he is,
Wow.
or maybe just how weird he is in
Yeah.
his solos. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It
Tangent.
yeah, good tangent. Yeah, no, the album was okay to me. Like if I wouldn't feel right recommending it or not recommending it because I couldn't really listen to it fully just due to circumstance. Which is unfortunate because I really wanted to be able to, I really want to be able to enjoy the music like you said, but I want to hear it like in context with the album.
Yeah, but that context is gonna give you a headache. Apparently,
Yeah, I don't know. It's
unfortunate.
Really weird. It's really weird, dude. Like, I wish I was making that
like,
up. I wish I was
I feel
making
like
it
you
up.
should at least go listen to Exordium on its own because it's this really nice kind of 80s-esque like synthy ballad.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I just remember getting.
I don't know how to
down
describe anything on this album, honestly.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, again, coming from somebody who has not listened to his previous solo records very much, other than Pulse and a little bit of Velcro Kid, like he did kind of merge the two styles a lot. It's gonna get pretty redundant.
Yeah. I think that it's just interesting to see this because this is what he brings to the table in Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah.
And this is it isolated, essentially. And I like listening to this, hearing the tones of like, and then thinking back to Between the Buried and Me and hearing, oh, so those parts were probably Tommy's.
Hear like all the nice little Latin guitar riffs.
Like his fingerprint, or just like sometimes a really odd arrangement, or maybe it's the other guys rubbing off on him. I don't like at this point, you can't really distinguish like which is which, you know?
Right.
But like you can definitely hear that. Yes, this is like, you can hear the writing style in it.
Right.
You know, if you're
Sure.
a fan of the other band.
Well,
And
I don't really know if I have anything else to talk about with this album,
the other, so all the art for this, you know how it's like with the like weird mannequin
yes.
standing around, all of those are photos.
Huh?
That is not drawn art. Apparently those are photos taken in like the photographer's apartment.
Whoa.
They're just like edited. Yeah.
That's
So props
weird.
to that artist. Yeah.
That's crazy. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
That's a neat little tidbit of information. Wow.
Hell yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
Ladies.
So, we've heard what I think about it. You say, what is your verdict on it?
I appreciate it a lot and I like it. I don't know how much I would listen to it. I would play it every now and then, maybe.
Yeah. Did you get the
For
Did you get the
specific-
vinyl for it?
Yes, I did. I got
Yeah.
the CD and the vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was
I
the?
got-
what was it?
I got
again?
the
It was
really
like
limited vinyl that was a transparent red and black. Like it's transparent and then it has red and black splatter on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. Yeah. So, I mean, I would play that a bunch because I really love certain songs like Radiate, Milan, Everyone is Everywhere, Sway, Mr. Sunshine. I like over half of the album. Like, it's just like one or two tracks that are. I actually don't like Church Friends that much personally.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like the greatest song
because
but-
it feels kind of Jonathan Davis to me from Korn. It feels like something he would write. You know.
That's fair.
Like I kind of felt like I was just listening to like a weird B-side Korn track a little bit, but
Man,
that's just me ruining a song for myself.
that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that's kind of my verdict. I would say at least check it out just to kind of hear the creativity of a really weird mind.
Right. Right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
so to wrap up the show, then, what do we usually do? What do we usually do? We just usually.
What have you been listening to?
What have I been listening to? What have I
Yeah.
been listening to?
Still that.
Still that what? That William Bonney?
Yeah, I knew it was a W.
No, I've actually been listening to a lot of other stuff that I have been
Oh damn.
either like introduced to on purpose or like I have seen it somewhere and thought, I should look that up. I've listened to the new album from Birds in Row that came out earlier this year called We Already Lost the World. They're they're like a hardcore, like an old like screamo kind of band, like a original sounding, emo band, like the hardcore sound. It's really good album. I love that album. I've been listening to the Igloo
Like kind of
Ghost.
like Old Gray or
No, like think like almost
Maybe not
hardcore
that heavy.
punk, like almost hardcore
Okay.
punk.
okay.
Definitely worth a listen though. I definitely recommend it. The Igloo Ghost EPs from earlier this year. The album from Sleep, the stoner metal band, The Sciences that came out earlier this year. I've been listening to a lot of Protest the Hero lately. I don't know why.
Jeez, why?
Out of nowhere.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wait.
I'm afraid to play the record, dude.
I guess, yeah, well, I don't know if we ever mentioned the news because it kind of popped up on us last week. Protest the Hero put out their first album, like a reissue on vinyl because it's the 10th anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the 10th anniversary was in
Of-
2015.
Oh, was it? Well,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I forgot. I keep
This is just
forgetting
a
because
reissue of that vinyl.
since I supported them on Bandcamp, I've had the reissue like digitally since
Right.
2015. Yeah,
Right.
Of Keziah, but they put out a new vinyl reissue with unique art. That's fantastic.
Oh God, it is pretty.
It is so
It is
pretty.
so gorgeous.
And the version that I got also came with this really neat transcription book of interviews with like literally everyone who was ever involved with Protest the Hero around the making of Keziah. So like the band, their friends, their family, people who worked at the record label, bands they toured with. It's a pretty thick book. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
And it also came with a live concert of the full album in its entirety, and like whenever they finished the song, it would cut away to like interviews with the band also.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then last thing, there's one last thing that I feel like mentioning. I was listening to the new Actor Observer album that came out earlier this year too. That's
a good name.
They're another very like hardcore emo screamo kind of band. So.
Oh, like Killswitch Engage?
Oh my God. I hate you. Shut up. What have you been listening to?
Dude, I love Rainbow in the Dark.
What
It's
have you
a
been
great
listening to?
screamo.
Let me make fun of what
Holy
you've been
Diver.
listening
Shit.
to. Let me make fun of what you've been listening to. Let's go.
Protest the Hero.
Yeah, wow. Very original.
So I mean, yeah, I've been listening to Keziah a lot just to check out how the vinyl sounds with the remaster. I've known how the remaster sounded for a while. But I also got, because it was half off, I got the box set of their Pacific Myth
Oh yeah, that's right.
EP.
How are those? Those
Which-
are cool.
Or LP. Yeah, so since they released the singles monthly with their own art and everything, the box set I got has individual records for each single, and the B-side of each just has the instrumental.
That's
and the
cool.
sleeves for each one just has the unique art. And it's cool, except that I found out that the records are 10 inches, which is annoying.
Which means you have to manually set it.
Yes.
That's it.
I have to
That's not
manually
that
set
hard.
it. And when it finishes, I have to pull it off because I don't want the record to like scrape all the way to the center, like, or the needle, because like I have the automatic player that
Yeah, it'll
expects a
pick
12
up.
or a 7-inch.
It'll pick up though.
I know. It's just,
It's fine.
yeah, it's fine. It's just
I have a
annoying.
10-inch picture disc. It's fine.
Oh yeah, and I was looking around at my new releases, and I found this pretty neat band called If I Were You. Looking at their previous artwork and albums, they're a pretty raw, like kind of new band.
Yeah.
It seems
how?
just like the way the art looks on their previous albums, it looks like they were like a pretty independent band,
Oh, okay.
or yeah. But this new album called Inner Signals looks pretty crisp. It's a pretty neat heart
Yeah.
with a flower growing out of it. It's pretty realistic. They kind of reminded me of I the Breather, except not religious and pretty good. God, Christian metal bands
God, dude.
are
I can't believe they
know?
still exist. It's weird.
who
I don't
I the
know.
Breather.
No, just them and Christian metal bands in general.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know. I mean, the bands that aren't as in your face about it are pretty
It's just
successful. I feel
It's just such a weird concept, dude. To like, it's like who's
impending
like,
doom still freaks me out.
yeah, dude. It's just like who's like out moshing in a pit, and they're like, man, I wish I could do this for Jesus. like, like who starts that? Like, yeah, moshing's great, but so is God.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit, Michael, God.
I need that on a shirt. Moshing's great, but so is God. There, that's our first piece of merch for this podcast. We need to make it. We need to do that. Should we? I think we should.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do like around a 25. It'll be
I'll
worth
buy them
it.
all if it's limited.
It'll be
Michael.
worth it.
I won't be able to resist.
Cool, that's fine. Give them to your friends. Give them to your neighbors. Give them to your family.
My family.
Your family.
Damn.
Moshing's
Okay.
great, but so is God. So is that everything?
That could be our new tagline. Yeah, that's about it. So
All right, fantastic.
okay.
Well, thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll put out another episode next week. I don't know. We're with the whole promise nothing and deliver less crowd now. So,
Hell yeah.
We'll see you maybe next week.
Bye.